But ladies and gentlemen, we're talking all things Big V basketball, and we're having a chat to the coach, Lee Bathman. Good morning, Lee. Oh, good afternoon, Lee. How are you?
Good. Yourself, Michael?
Doing very well, thank you. Another day, another big clash for the Gators. Today we're taking on the Warrandyte Venom, 7:30 at the Cool Store, the Shepparton Sports Stadium.
We are, and it's cool down here at the moment.
I could imagine it would be. It's a cool start to the morning, and it would be very cool in the inside at the Cool Store. But must have been a pretty disappointing is probably not the right word from last weekend. But splitting the road trip 1-1, or the two games 1-1, must have been a little bit hard to take at times.
It was, and particularly with the win Saturday night would have put us 3 games clear in second position, given us almost a guaranteed week off into the first round of the playoffs, and be able to give us the opportunity to rest some players who are carrying some injuries over the last couple of weeks, and limit some workloads or manage some workloads. And we went down in a close game. We just our effort level was really, really good. Our execution, unfortunately, wasn't up to scratch. Our shooting percentage was horrendous. We turned the ball over too much, and we didn't get a couple of important calls at the right times, which impacted a little bit as well. And but to be still there within 2 points of a reasonably strong team, it was pleasing at the same time.
Well, that's it. And then to come back home and have a really good 10-point win, good on the scoreboard at least, 10-point win, but in front of a home crowd must have been pretty pleasing for you.
It was important to get the win. We were very low on energy. I mean, the emotional letdown of a tight, hard-fought, narrow loss the night before, and the boys backing up, some sore tired bodies. Was good to get a win. Sunbury zoned us the full 40 minutes, so they put a lot more pressure on our perimeter shooting, which has been an issue at times this year. And with tired legs, it was an issue again. So, and wasn't only perimeter shooting, I must say, but our flow of our zone offense is needing a little bit more work and fine tuning. So.
Yeah, that's it. Like you said, perimeter shooting struggling, but at about 26%. But is that something that is able to be worked on, or is it a matter of just trying to get the balls in the right position and have a better shot than what you would normally?
No, well, yes, it can be worked on. Shooting technique and touch can be worked on. We've got to get the guys to get a little bit more committed to that in their spare time, but also. Not being one-dimensional in the way that we try and score and reverse the ball, get some dribble penetration, get some pass penetration through the zone with our big guys. Playing a little bit more aggressively on the interior would help. And must say Jake Cowling answered the call last week late in the game on that. We really challenged our big guys to be a little bit more aggressive and assertive on the interior. We asked our guards to penetrate a bit more, and we've done that well at times, but then we just went away from it, which put us under continual pressure.
Looking at even the game against Sunbury, good to see that offensively there was 15 boards obtained by the guys both inside and I suppose internally. That's got to be pretty impressive to get 15 offensive rebounds.
Well, that's the problem. That's the danger of playing zone defence. Is you're not responsible for an opponent to keep off the glass. You're responsible for an area, so people can come from any area into your area and multiple guys. So you find it a little bit hard to block people out in the zone. So, I thought we struggled to handle that as well as we probably should have, and Sunbury felt that was their best chance to get the win, and they stuck to their game plan. And but any time we can get 15 offensive rebounds, it's a matter of converting them to. What you're converting them to is the important thing. So if you're converting them to not many points, well, it defeats the purpose, so to speak. But I thought we converted reasonably well at times off those opportunities.
And it probably that is good that obviously you get the boards, but yeah, as you said, put them back in the bucket is probably what you need. What needs to change a little bit. Who's been impressing you the most? Like I know it's been since the bye a couple of weeks ago. It's been a bit of a tough sort of patch for the guys, but are they still doing the things that need to be done to be showing that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I think we've let ourselves down in a few areas. Our offensive execution, what we're finding now in the back half of the season, oppositions have worked both us out as a team, what our strengths and weaknesses are. When you have two new imports, you catch a few off guard. Takes them a while to work out, and everyone's better for having seen them before or multiple times. So they're probably making our guys as a group and individually play more to their weaknesses. We're finding it a bit difficult at the moment to get the right chemistry and cohesion to play through those frustration levels of build up because of that. And we've just got to find a way to get it done and not let the pressures from the exterior or the opposition or your own pressure you put on yourself become domineering in the way that you play individually or us as a group. So it's we need to rectify that. We've spoken about it this week ad nauseum. We've been a little bit disrupted with our training this week again, which doesn't help. We've had Matt Bartlett not train all week. We've had Cameron Bynes not train all week. Or only trained the one night, so through injury, Nick Dodd with work commitments. So it's hard to build that chemistry and cohesion through those areas of when we're needing to adjust some things without everyone available as well. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mentioned off the top they're taking on Warrandyte Venom tonight, who are currently sitting in sixth position on the Big V table, and they're trying to continue winning to make sure that they stay in the hunt for finals or with post-season action. They've won their last two, and last week came up against a Geelong side and had a pretty good 13-point win. Yeah,
look, they do a lot of things well. They're veteran players, been around the league a while, most of them, and they run their actions and offense really well. They run hard. They put a bit of pressure on you, particularly our big guys. Their big guys run really hard end to end. So our guys will need to be able to match that. And they rebound well for a group. So they box out their post work offensively and defensively is really sound, and probably do a lot of the 1%ers better than most teams or all teams in the competition. So they probably don't have the individual brilliance or firepower throughout their roster that a lot of teams have, but they do a lot of the 1%er sort of stuff really, really well. So our Indies free well, their import, tough matchup. Cameron Vines will have the matchup on him tonight. He needs to keep him off the glass, needs to force him to be a jump shooter and not give him a lane to the basket and overplaying. Because he's dynamite on his night, getting to the rim and getting on the glass. And, David Moore's another veteran guy, can score from the post, can score from the as a shooting forward or pick and pop type player. Mitch Hall is another quality player, so they've got enough talent there to worry teams, and we know we're going to get their best hit tonight because their last three games, they're currently equal on wins with the seventh place team.
Yep.
And they want to hold on to that last spot. Their last three games are the top three teams in the competition. They've got us tonight, Chelsea tomorrow, and Keysborough next week. So they need to pinch probably two of those games. And I dare say they'd be looking at us as the better chance of the two this weekend instead of Chelsea on the second day of a back-to-back. Tomorrow, so we know they're going to come full of intensity, full of efforts, and we need to match that, first and foremost.
Yeah, and that being said, they've got they do have Chelsea off the back of Chelsea playing a game tonight as well, so it will be a big night in Big V basketball, to see the permutations of what's going to happen on the ladder.
Yeah, and look, if Warrandyte do hang on to that final playoff position, they would have earned earned the right with their run home.
Yeah.
No doubt they've beaten Chelsea earlier in the year, although Chelsea have bolstered their lineup since that encounter.
Yep.
We only beat them by 5 points the last time we played them. They kept hanging around, and I can't recall the keys for a result, but I'm sure they would have had a good hit out against them as well.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Well, Lee, 7:30 tonight, tip-off at the Cool Store. Make sure you take a blanket. I'm sure people will be down there supporting the Shepparton Gators. It's been a good run so far for the boys, and it's obviously not finished for a long time yet. We hope anyway, but should be an absolute ripper clash tonight with Warrandyte. 7:30 tip-off. Make sure you get down there and support.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lee. Have a great week. Lee Bathman there, the coach of the Shepparton Gators, talking all things basketball and Big V basketball. Definitely get down and support them, guys. It's an absolute great night out. And I'll tell you what, the food at the canteen. You hear Jason Welsh talking about the food at Euroa and all these sort of places and how good that is. The food at the canteen at the Shepparton Sports Stadium's very good and good value for money as well. So make sure you get down there. It's a great night. Take the family, take the kids. Basketball, it's doing very well here at the moment on the back of what's going on with the Shepparton Gators. They do a fantastic job, and it's a great night of entertainment. You might even get to hear JW sing the national anthem if you get there early enough. Haven't heard it yet, but apparently he does a very good job. Anyway, I'm not going to get talking about that because he'll hear it and it'll get back to him, and then we'll be talking about it a little bit later on.